Good morning, everybody. Yeah, just thank you, Diana, for giving me a chance to come up and share a little bit here. Sharing your testimony is definitely a good thing, just to share your own story. Nobody knows your story quite like you do. So it's just a good opportunity, and to get through the whole story is maybe, for the sake of time, we'll save some of that. But I also, in a way, don't want to short on what God has done. So if you want to hear the long version, get with me sometime, and it's a good story. Only God can kind of clean up that dirty like He does. So. Yeah, today I just want to get into a little bit of the just day-to-day life of myself and a job that I work, and just how God's rearranged that and changed that a little bit. Many of you know my previous job, so I was a high school math teacher and basketball coach for about 5 years, and loved that, enjoyed that, and my original plan was to take that and kind of grow and become in charge. That was kind of the goal of mine, to be a principal, be a head basketball coach, and be in charge. God had a kind of a different pathway for me, and my life changed a little bit, and instead God put a broom in my hand, and I learned to drive a truck and got my CDL. And learned what it meant to work 100 hours in a week during a busy season, and began working for an ag retailer, and did that for I'm continuing to do that, but at this location I worked for about 10 years. And after 10 years, I got the idea that I wanted to be in charge again. So after 10 years, they gave me the title of the manager, and the world would tell you, don't get paid by the hour, take the salary, and got the company truck. And so everything the world would tell you was great. And I got to see my family less and less, and saw my boys less and less, and had probably more mental stress than I've ever had before. Being in charge, and dealt with that in unhealthy ways, I would say. And it just kind of got to a point where it was time that I had to speak up. And I'm very thankful to work for the company that I do for at Agland FS, and was able to just speak up. And my operations manager, I think, heard my overwhelmed tone, and was able to work with me, move me to a different location, get into a different position, was able to have a lot less stress. And so, I mean, through that with my family, and just feeling like God has just done something in me, where I think it's something I've struggled with a lot, of just a pride issue of wanting to be in charge and wanting to control it. I keep taking on more and more and more until I'm drowning. And so I think it's God's way of just teaching me that lesson here lately. And I think God's given me a special, unique gift to bring humor into situations and make people laugh, and I think that's a good thing. But I also think He's teaching me that maybe hiding behind a smile is not a great way to deal with it. So I feel like I've learned a lot there, and I think for me, I guess I'd just leave you with, for me, putting my pride down and opening my mouth and opening my heart, and God showed up in big ways, for sure. So if something's causing you to drown, I mean, no one's going to know unless you speak up. And so I just encourage you to get with somebody that you love, somebody that you trust, and open up, because being vulnerable, God's always shown up whenever I've done that. And so, yeah, that's what God's doing lately.
Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for your humility and vulnerability with us.